News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 98.3 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Authorities are fighting a small wildfire east of Missoula. Good morning, everyone. Montana Morning. Congratulations. You made it. It's Friday, July 14th, 2017. And if you are French extraction, happy Bastille Day. There you go. Right now, we have 59 degrees in Missoula. The sky is clear. A little bit smoky out there, though, already. Yep, it'll be sunny and hot today. Our newscast this morning, sponsored by Dig It Excavating, where they bring 30 years of excavation excellence to every job. Call 214-4292. MTN News is reporting that crews are battling a wildfire spotted yesterday east of Missoula. It's called the Slide Rock Fire, about 10 to 15 acres in size, 9 miles south of Beavertail Pond, a little northwest of Slide Rock Mountain in the Missoula Ranger District. The Lolo National Forest reports the fire was most likely sparked by lightning, and both ground and air resources have been assigned to the fire, and no structures are currently threatened. Right now, there are 15 firefighters, 4 helicopters, 2 single-engine air tankers, and 2 heavy air tankers. However, fire officials reported last night strong winds and active fire behavior were preventing active engagement by crews on the ground. And speaking of wildfires, remember the Colorado Gulch fire last August that forced the evacuation of several homes in the Grant Creek area? Jordan Copen with the Department of Natural Resources and Conservation will be setting up a reader board just past the Grant Creek Town Pump this afternoon, about 2 o'clock, to encourage area residents to sign up for home visits to prepare their properties for this year's wildfire season.
A fire official can come to your home and evaluate the risk that you have around your home. So when you live in a wildfire-prone area, it's just a matter of time before a wildfire can strike, as we saw last year in the Grant Creek drainage. And with that, we're just trying to get homeowners to realize the risk and do something about it.
Copen said once a fire official has evaluated the property and made recommendations, it's up to the homeowner to carry them out.
It is their responsibility for living in the woods. They have to remember that firefighters strung out when it comes to resources. So they have to take the initiative to do this work when they live in the woods. And we're just trying to get people to understand and realize that.
Follow the links in the story on our website at newstalkkgvo.com to help you sign up for your own home visit, no matter where you live, by the way. The Rocky Boy Indian Reservation is going through a critical water shortage due to unrelenting heat and the failure of a major water storage tank. Tribal Water Resources Director Dustin White has warned that as many as 3,000 people could be completely without water within the next week if residents don't significantly reduce their water usage. Chippewa Cree tribal officials implemented water restrictions more than a week ago, prohibiting residents of the Box Elder area from watering their lawns, filling swimming pools, or even washing their vehicles. However, demand for water during the recent heat wave continues to significantly outpace inflow from the system's 4 drinking water wells. Individuals caught ignoring the order more than once could have their water turned off. A burn ban is also in place in the reservation due to the dry weather. Missoula police attempted to pull over a speeding motorcyclist early yesterday morning just after 1 a.m., but the pursuit ended with a crash. Public Information Officer Travis Welsh has more.
Officer attempted to initiate a traffic stop on a speeding motorcycle that he observed traveling eastbound on Broadway from Patty Street, continued through the intersection of Madison, and then turned northbound on Van Buren. Just prior to this, the officer had attempted to catch up to the motorcycle and then initiate a stop.
The suspect did not stop. The chase continued toward I-90 with speed increasing. However, some poor motorcycle handling ended in a crash.
Attempted to make a right-hand turn to the eastbound on-ramp of I-90 from Van Buren. At that point, he seemed to lose control of the bike, and the bike went down. The officer then approached the male, who was taken into custody, and identified as 21-year-old Cale Kelly. Mr. Kelly refused medical attention, though he did appear to suffer minor injuries as a result.
It does not appear that Kelly was under the influence of drugs during the chase, but he does have a felony drug charge for possessing what's thought to be the psychedelic drug DMT. He also faces charges for careless driving and fleeing from police. Scams have become more and more frequent in Missoula. The new County Sheriff's Department and the County Sheriff's Department has received multiple reports of a new magazine scam in the area, according to Public Information Officer Brenda Bassett.
They're saying they're with these various companies They're selling magazines for servicemen and women overseas. So they're, getting donation money for materials to send overseas to our servicemen and women. It's not so infrequent that we have these type of scams come out when the weather gets warm.
And Bassett urges residents to be on the lookout at all times to make sure their money's going to a reliable source.
Please do your homework. We hate to see any type of person give away their hard-earned money for something that's actually a scam. And I know you always think scams are over the phone or over the internet, but they come in all forms, even right to your doorstep.
If anyone encounters a scam, Bassett asks they call 911 immediately. Missoula police warning the public about another scam, this one on the telephone, regarding Travis Wells says the department was able to listen in on a recording of this scam, and he describes it. This, again, is Travis Welsh.
The contact is initiated with a phone call and a recorded female voice who identifies what appears to be a claim number and the person that the call is directed towards. It, however, quickly turns to a male who identifies himself as Michael Salvatore from the, quote, Asset Evaluation Department of Legal Processing.
An actual company is never named. However, the call states the resident has 2 claims pending against them and then gives them a phone number to call.
Given the nature of the call, we would caution people, if they do have any concern about outstanding accounts, to contact the creditors and check the status of those accounts and see if any of them do, in fact, have claims. If the person does choose to call this number provided, we would advise that they use caution and not provide any personal information.
Welsh says local police did call the number provided, but they were unable to verify whether or not the call was actually a scam, though it is highly suspicious. The Trump administration has denied a request from Republican North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum for, quote, a major disaster declaration, end quote, to help cover some of the estimated $38 million cost of police protests of the Dakota Access Pipeline. Burgum spokesman Mike Nowatzki said the governor was notified in May that the request had been denied. The office did not announce the denial until reporters asked about it this week. The declaration would have allowed the state to pursue reimbursement for the costs it incurred during the months-long protest against the construction of the pipeline. The $3.8 billion pipeline, built and operated by Energy Transfer Partners, began moving oil from North Dakota to a shipping point in Illinois last month. And finally, farmers in the U.S. West face a creepy scourge every 8 years or so, swarms of ravenous insects that can decimate crops and cause slippery, bug-slick car crashes as they march across highways and roads. The 3-inch-long Mormon crickets are usually katydids, an entomological cousin to grasshoppers. They're named after the Mormon pioneers who moved west and learned firsthand the insect's devastating effect on the forage and grain fields. Experts say this year could be a banner one for the big bugs. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Animal Plant Health Inspection Service reports significantly higher Mormon cricket populations on federal lands in southwest Idaho. Spokeswoman Abby Powell said some areas have as many as 70 crickets per square yard. The swarms are also affecting Oregon, Nevada, Montana, and other western states. News Talk time now, 6:13.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Ample sunshine today with our high temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. As we head into the weekend, we'll add in the threat of thunderstorms Saturday into Saturday night. We'll see our temperatures turning a bit cooler by early next week as we drop back into the upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster, KECI 13.